I'm so blessed to have him as our college basketball insider.
He does an unbelievable job.
It may be college basketball season sooner than we usually is around here.
Oh, that is one of the things. Yeah, if you're a college, but Vicky, stop calling Kyle and complaining about us not talking college basketball. Looks like the Chiefs are going to flame out here quick. We'll be getting into the college hoops, girl.
We'll be like, man, is the Big 12 tournament ever going to start?
Let's talk a little college athletics because we are going to welcome Gary Parrish. Jam-packed lineup, as I said. Gary Parrish coming up here shortly. Matt Derrick in the 3, Sam McDowell in the 4, Shahan Jayaraja talking college football. It's a Chiefs sandwich.
Yeah.
With the
bread being college athletics?
Multi-grain
yes.
bread being Gary Parrish and Shahan Jayaraja.
Yep.
Talking college hoops and college football. A lot of Chiefs in the middle. Sam, we might talk some college hoops as well.
Parrish on top. He's got the sesame seeds and stuff.
Okay.
He's got
there you go. I'll take that. So we will talk some college basketball, some college football. I don't even know where. Like there are. It is actually raining topics with things that are going on. First of all, Notre Dame kind of backed off. Like remember, like we're gonna have a press conference, and they held a press conference to go like, all right, just everyone needs to chill.
Yes. Why are we here?
Right? Like, that's what I got from it anyway.
Yeah.
Am I the only, did anybody see anything different? Like, that's everything. It's like, they held a press conference. Because Grunny was, really trying to find out what was going on yesterday because we were of the impression, like, okay, they're gonna hit the exit button on the ACC. And something tells me that's why they called it. And then somebody told their AD, Bavacqua, hey, no. You want to whip up the girls' basketball schedule without a conference to play in? Good luck. Or we'll just go to the Big Ten. Well, the Big Ten hasn't offered. I mean, I think they would, but we're going to have no leverage.
Yeah.
We'll be taking whatever they want to give us. We're not working from a position of strength here, so stop being a clown.
My guess is that there were at least a handful of reporters at that press conference looking at each other going, what? Seriously?
Yeah.
This is why we're here? I'm sure the people who covered him closely probably got wind of what it was going to be beforehand, but I'm sure there were some people going, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't need to be here for this.
No. So, I do think that's interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the basketball because we really didn't get a chance to get into the KU and MU. Heard Jason Anderson robustly refuting Sterling's statement that there were some positives that came from that Mizzou game against Kansas.
The only positive I got from that game is that no one had a season-ending injury. There wasn't a lot. I mean, you can say, hey, Mark Mitchell looked like a top-shelf player against a good team. That's the best team they've played, and he looked like one of the best players on the court. He was the best player on the court that wasn't Darren Peterson.
Right.
That's a positive.
Yeah.
But everything else was a negative. Everything else was a negative. They don't have an identifiable offense that I can tell. I think the offense
they haven't
is I think Gabe DeArmond
it's the same unidentified offense it's been.
He said it's either it's Mark Mitchell in the paint driving the lane or they're jacking up a three. Anthony Robinson looked like a guy who was going to be a player coming off of last year. And he had a decent, he had like 6 assists, 7 rebounds, or the other way around. But he needs to be a scorer because they're down a couple guys. Trent Pierce isn't there. Caleb Grill's gone. They need guys who can score. And he needs to be more than just a guy who plays well, plays some good defense and gets some assists and rebounds here and there. And he needs to figure out how to not be so easily moved to anger. I think the book is out on him. If you get in his head, he will lose his mind. And nobody else on that team. Occasionally Jacob Cruz can shoot, but it looks like if they either they're hitting shots or they're not scoring. They don't have any way to work around that, and they routinely, at least the last 2 games have been very, very demonstrative. At the end of the first half, they just completely lose their brains. They let a 12-point lead become a 7-point lead in the game before Kansas, and I'm blanking on who that was, but they would eventually fall prey to a 25-6 run and lose by double digits. The same thing happened on Sunday. 5-point game with the ball. Suddenly they're down 8. They get a 3. They're down 8, and the game, to me, at that point, 8 points at the half, the game was over because they weren't going to score enough to score that.
What were you impressed by what you saw from Kansas, Kyle? I mean, do the Jayhawks look like, are you like, okay, onward and upward? Like, was that more about Kansas or more about Missouri?
I'll say more about Missouri because I think Kansas was the more talented team going in. I think even without Darren Peterson, they win that game pretty comfortably.
Okay. Yeah, that's not supposed to be the case with Missouri now. They're not supposed to be that outgunned talent-wise.
No.
And so, yeah, I think the story coming out of this was more. We've seen Kansas kind of they proved themselves against UConn, even in a loss. They proved themselves positively, successfully with wins in Vegas. So I think you're starting to get a feel for where they are. But Mizzou had a chance to make a statement. Looked like maybe they were in the first half.
Yeah.
But the second half just tore all that down.
No.
So,
and for the third year, he jumps into the portal hip deep. 2 years ago,
he being Dennis Gates.
Dennis Gates. They got nothing. They did last year. Some of the guys actually came back and showed up. It looks like he went deep into the portal again this year, and at this point, hasn't borne any fruit.
No. Like the one thing he is he's copying Florida State's mantra of the bigger is better.
Monster class coming in next yext. I think he gets this year and next, unless things go completely haywire. But
he's on the bubble right now.
He's on the bubble.
I mean, he's got a chance to play himself
year.
up from it. So it's not the end of the world to lose to a Kansas team. I will say this, I do think there's a lot of ceiling left there for Kansas, but right now 19 and the 6th best team according to the AP rankings is not where Kansas, 6th best team in their league is not where Kansas is used to.
Nope.
So, I mean, I think I think Kansas will rise above that, but it's, the takeaway was check the box for Kansas. Like, that's where, you're supposed to win. It was probably easier than it should have been, but I'm with you. I think that's more about Missouri. At some point, hire an assistant coach that can front you in offense. I don't even see what they're trying to do.
Same.
So, yeah, it looks real similar for Missouri. So if they're not just going to overwhelm with talent, then it's going to be tough for them to win a lot of games. Let's take a break. I want to bring in Gary Parrish. I don't want to short him. Our college basketball insider from CBS joins us next here in the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
Blah, blah, blah. Curtis. Yeah. Oh, what a great question, Curtis. Tiddlywinks on a Friday. Love it.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
One of the things you got to have when it comes to a parking lot is like all the drains, all the drainage, everything.